make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a big thumbs up. What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? Hello, I'm Jo. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching and coming back. I know you can see a little bit of my backdrop back here, but I really wanted to zoom you guys out a little bit because I feel like you're all up in my face and you probably don't want to see me that close normally. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like the most exciting makeup releases of 2019. The good, the bad, the ugly. So these are things that got me really excited, and I noticed that most of them came towards the end of the year, towards the holiday releases. These are like releases not in all of beauty, but this is more the releases of YouTubers. So it's going to be YouTubers makeup releases or collections or whatever that came out in 2019, why they're good, why they're bad, do I still think they're good, do I still think they're bad, those type of things. But before we get started, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. Once we get to 5K subscribers, I am giving away AirPods. I've already gotten the AirPods, and I know the AirPod Pros have come out, and you may not be exactly excited about the regular AirPods now, but I already got them. So that's going to be our 5K subscriber giveaway, and all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel. I have an Instagram, I have a TikTok, and I have a Twitter. They'll all be linked down below, but for this giveaway, you only have to be subscribed. So make sure you are commenting. You're leaving some way for me to get a hold of you if you guys want to win those type of things. So just a really quick update. On Jo's Vanity, I do typically upload 3 times a week. Since the holidays have been here, I've only uploaded once or twice a week. I have not gone a full week without uploading. I refuse to, but I have only uploaded once or twice a week. Last week, today is Sunday, so last week I uploaded once. The week before that I uploaded once, but again, it's holidays, and I have 3 kids and a huge family. So, time with them is very important. Family is huge to me, so I've been taking that time, but I am back in action. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to cut back to twice a week instead of 3 times a week, because on that 3rd time I actually will be uploading, but it will be over on Boo and Jo channel. So that is my husband and I's couple channel. We're doing couple challenges, Q&As, pranks, but don't tell him. Shh. I have a few in mind. Things like that, something fun, vlogging, family stuff, you know, whatever, on that channel. And I'll have that link down below as well, so go subscribe there and follow us on our Instagram. That'll be linked below, because we'll be doing a giveaway over there very shortly once we figure out what we wanted to give away. But the only requirements for that will be to follow us on Instagram and be subscribed to our channel. So if you want to get ahead of the game, go ahead and do that. So these are going to be just like I said, these are going to be releases and different things that YouTubers or YouTubers collabing or anything like that. It's going to be things that stood out to me. It's not going to be the only releases. It's just going to be things that I remember that either had a good or bad impact on me, or that my opinion on them has changed. So we're going to start out with the Morphe x Jeffree Star collection. I actually think they did a second collab release, and I don't exactly remember what it was. It was like, I think it was liquid lipsticks and maybe some brushes and stuff, but this is the first one, I think. I think. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. But Morphe and Jeffree Star, not Jeffree Star Cosmetics, not his brand, but him as a YouTuber, beauty influencer, they did a collab. And so they created this palette. They had brushes, makeup sponges, I believe, and this setting spray. You know what? I'm so confused. I don't know if the setting spray was the first release or the second release. I can't remember. But anyways, they were both in 2019. So here's my thoughts. I didn't get the brushes because I have a lot of Morphe brushes, and I didn't really care if they were pink or not because I still have them, and the color didn't really matter. It is more aesthetically pleasing to some people to have the pink ones. They were like pale pink, I think, but I like black, and Morphe brushes are black, so keep it there. This was the palette of 2008. It was their Artistry palette. It is a beautiful palette, and I do love that it had all the names down below. I did use this palette. However, it was more of an excitement for me when it released because I didn't catch myself reaching for it ever again. Not because of any other reason, then I just didn't reach for it. It's got gorgeous colors. This is a beautiful transition shade. Like, now that I look at it, I'm like, why don't I reach for it? But I think it's just because I have an overwhelming amount of eyeshadow palettes, and it's just not an easy one that I reach for. I don't really know why. I think it's because I have nothing. I really have nothing. I don't know why. I just don't reach for it that often. Sorry, the camera's shaking. I think it's focusing, and it's like I have a weird setup, so it'll stop anytime now. This is the Set and Refresh Mist. This is Morphe's Set and Refresh setting spray in a more hydrating formula, so to speak. He did add a scent. It's a starberry scent. It's supposed to be like a strawberry. Now, I'll say this. The very first can of this that I got, the spray was messed up. But that's just thoughts on it. That's just like a fact, something that happened, because Morphe was very quick to just return. They didn't even have me send the other one back. They just sent me another one. This one sprays fine. So, something that I do notice is this is very sticky and my face looks very oily when I'm done using it. Never reached for this again. I used it twice and put it up. There are broken cans in there, and this is the one that's not broken. It is still full because I did not like it at all. I'm much more I'm not a huge fan of this. I feel like this is a good spray to spray over your face to add just a little bit of hydration. I don't like to use this to lock in my makeup. Even though this is like a cult favorite for a lot of people, it's not my all-time favorite. Just for my skin, it's just not. But I do enjoy it. I mean, this can is empty. It's my second can. So I use it to like add just a little bit of hydration after I've locked my makeup in. Do you know what I mean? This is way too sticky, way too oily. My face literally feels sticky after I use it, and I look oily. I don't look refreshed. I don't look anything. I don't like it. So this one was a flop for me. The next release I am going to talk about, though, is the Tati Beauty. Okay, now all of these things that you're seeing, you can go on my channel and see. I did review them. I will link this one up above here. This is a very popular video on my channel. Probably actually is the most popular video on my channel at the moment. First of all, it was not talked about near enough, I feel like. I feel like that Tati was like, hey, I'm releasing a palette, and a week or two later it was out. Like, I feel like she could have hyped this up more. I don't know why. I don't know if she doubted herself a little bit or what, but dude, this palette, first of all, it's beautiful. I'm not going to review it. I'm just going to recollect my thoughts on it. To me, this is the best palette I've ever owned. It's my favorite palette. The blendability is beautiful. The color range is beautiful. I feel like, for me, in the eye looks that I create regularly, this has every color that I would use. Blacks, browns, oranges, neutrals, you know, it's like a neutral pink. A little bit of like a rosy colors, like, and the glitters and all the different textures of this. I love the way this palette is set up. I love the colors in this palette. I love the blendability of this palette. I love this palette. This is probably my 100% all-time favorite palette, and this is the one I reach for the most. Now, I know that was released towards the end of 2019. I think right at the 1st of November, maybe end of October. I'm not really completely sure. Actually, I think it was like October 26th, whatever. But anyways, I've used this multiple times since then. I love, love, love this palette. I love it when I got it. The only thing I think is that it should have been talked about more. I'm super excited for Tati. I love Tati, and I'm super, super excited that she has more things coming for Tati Beauty, because this was a perfect launch to the line, because this has me intrigued for everything else that she releases. The next one is huge. This is something that this was probably, I would say, the biggest, it was historically the biggest launch I've ever looked forward to. This is something that I was so drawn in, emotionally invested in, so intrigued by, and that was the Shane X Jeffree Star collection. I've never been so pumped, so eager, so emotional about a launch in my entire life. And my husband knew that, and he gave me the money to purchase the bundle, the collection bundle for when it released. Now, Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson did a series on this collection where it was like the beautiful life of Jeffree Star, and you got to see everything behind the scenes of like Jeffree Star Cosmetics and how things are run and how things are created and what goes down. And then Shane Dawson, who is iconic on YouTube for conspiracy theories and things like that, and never ever done makeup, or no, like done makeup lines or whatever. I know he's fiddle-faddled with makeup, but never like truly invested into makeup. Those worlds collide. Two iconic people collide together. Makeup god, YouTuber, influencer, your reviewer, Jeffree Star is on YouTube, and then Shane Dawson, who is like iconic for the YouTube world, I feel like, because he's been doing it for so long and has been so successful with it. And people love him, and for their worlds to collide and then for them to film it, the good, the bad, the ugly, had so many people. They did it by per episode, and they had so many people so intrigued, so drawn in with this launch. And you got to see the emotion, you got to see the physical labor, you got to see blood, sweat, and tears basically that was sewn into the emotion, like the behind the scenes, everything creating this. So that was the smartest thing they could have done marketing wise, because everybody wanted it. Even if you didn't like it, I'll be honest, when I first saw that conspiracy palette, I was like, I want it so bad, but the colors were not stuff that I wanted so bad. Like when I saw the color setup, I was like, it looked beautiful. But it wasn't something I would have just bought off the shelf had I not been invested in all this. Do you know what I mean? The packaging was beautiful, but like, we'll get into that. So it was this. I've done a review on this. I will link that above as well. But it came with this bag, and it came with, I got the full collection. I got the mini controversy palette. I've used this palette one time, and it was for the review. I've not picked it up again. Those are just not colors I use every day. It's not colors I use often even. The conspiracy palette. This packaging is so aesthetically pleasing. It is insane. These colors are beautiful. There's just not enough mattes that I would use every day. Do I love it? Do I love it? Yes. Do I regret my purchase? Not at all. But this collection to me is more of something that is like a collectible for me. It's something that I would never sell. I would never get rid of because I was so invested. It's just not something that I'll pick back up. These palettes aren't. These are something that I want to see on my shelf because I'm so excited about having them. I'm so excited about seeing them and watching. So like I was so emotional with this collection that I am proud to have it, honestly. I'm so proud. Liquid lipsticks, like I'll probably like never use those. I never did reach for them again. I'll use them as eyeshadows probably. The only thing that I noticed that I have been reaching for in this entire collection that I got was the lip balm and the lip gloss. This is the best lip gloss ever. Like I already have some on, but let's go ahead and refresh. Like it smells like root beer. All of his lip products from that collection did, and the packaging is stunning. The lip balm is so good. Like, they're good products. It's just not something I reach for anymore. So I feel like that I invested a lot of money into the collection more for the fact that I was so emotionally invested and not something that I really absolutely actually had to have when doing my makeup routine. Now, do I hope that they expand to where it's like I feel like in his release that he could have done a nude lip of some sort. He didn't really. He had a lot of metallics. If he had like browns or nudes or something, it's something I would have reached for. I enjoy Jeffree Star's liquid lip formulas. I do like that they are eye friendly. You can use them on the eyes, but this was a fantastic launch, the best launch, but it's just not a collection I reach for. That's just the facts. The next release that I'm going to talk about is the Manny x Morphe release. Now this is something like I love Manny. Love Manny. Like I actually love Manny. He is just somebody that I love to watch no matter what video is in, who he's collabing with. He's just somebody I enjoy watching. I really like watching Manny. Like he's somebody even like years ago, like if I could pick one person to meet at a meet and greet, it would have been Manny. I just enjoy his personality. But this palette is a palette that he released with Morphe. This is one I also feel like was not talked about or hyped near enough, just because this is something I feel like a lot of people looked for, is because Morphe has collabed with so many different people, but this collab like was barely spoken of and then it was out. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it could have been hyped more. I also love, I did a review on this palette as well, I'll link it up, but I love the colors. I love the setup. I love that there are 2 highlighters. Love, love, love it all. I will use this again. I'm not a huge fan of Morphe's like metallic shimmer shades. They just are hard to build up. You can get them there, but they're just not something I'm going to reach for because it's a lot easier to get the payoff on another shadow. But their mattes are so beautiful, and this has plenty of mattes. Like, just in this palette, I would pull this palette out just for the mattes. Also, the highlighters, they didn't do it for me. As much as I love Manny, I just didn't. This is not something that I'm like, oh, I need it, I need it, I need it. If I'm just being super awful honest, I don't know how long they spent on the collaboration. I don't know. So I actually kind of feel guilty for even saying this because I love Morphe and Manny so much. But I just feel like that there could have been more put into it, because I feel like the palette setup was beautiful. Maybe not. Maybe it's exactly what they dreamed of. So then maybe that's just an opinion. But slightly disappointed. Just gonna be honest. And last but not least, this is a launch that I want to talk about. There was a launch in 2019. That was a huge flop. It was terrible. I felt terrible for this person just because it sucked for this person. Okay, so it is Jacqueline Hill's lipsticks. We all know it. We've all seen it all over the news, all over everything. Makeup world news, not like CNN. But she had fibers and little balls of like hard things all in her lipsticks. Now, there's no need to address it all. She released this nude lipstick line. The thing about it is the lipsticks were gorgeous. The line was beautiful. And I was literally waiting on the first review. And if I remember correctly, like, PR didn't get to people on time, so people were purchasing these lipsticks before they actually saw a real review. It, like, people got their PR the same day that the lipsticks went for sale, and people thought that was kind of scammy. And then just a lot of things didn't line up or whatever. And then Jacqueline didn't address it at first and all this kind of stuff. But I've not been there and I can't imagine the pressure. So I'm not even going to throw out my opinion on anything because I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be in her spot. I don't know what went down. All I know is people were finding these tiny fibers. They were thinking it was moldy lipstick or whatever. Very disappointing. I hope the whole lipstick line is completely re-released with a new lab because the lipstick colors, the collection itself was unlike anything I've ever seen. Like, I really want to have those, try those in my hands, but I never did purchase just because they were also faulty. But Jacqueline did not let that stop her. It got her down. She deleted a lot of her social media, which is very unfortunate. I hate that she had to. I wish she would just step back from those social media rather than deactivating, because it kind of made people look like she was running. But you know what? She didn't care what people thought. She was doing it for her, so you go, girl. So she decided to get back on her feet and try this again and not as cocky. So she released, the Queen of Highlight released a highlight collection. Now this is something, when she posted it, now I feel like the perfect highlight will literally throw a look together. You can go from looking super flat and boring to like boom to life with a little inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight, eye highlight, facial highlight. Anything can bring you to life if you have the right formula, right technique, right brushes. Well, she released an entire highlight collection. She had 3 different formulas. This is the Mood Light, so this is a luminous powder. This is literally just used to brighten up. It is not a highlighter. It is not meant to highlight. It is meant to make you have a little bit of a glow. Okay, so that's what this is. Then she released a formula called a loose highlighter. This is her beaming highlighters. This is the one that is like highlighter for your face, and it's going to be intense. And there's those. And then she released different colors of both formulas. She released 3 different brushes, and then she released 2 different palettes. Now, when I went to go purchase, the palette that I was going to get was out, so she had 2 different palettes. It was one for the lighter to medium skins, and this is for medium to deep. And I'm not disappointed. I did want to get it just to try all formulas, and I did review those, and I'll link it up above. But I was like, it's okay, I'm gonna get this, because I also wanted this, because I thought, oh my god, that would be a beautiful blush topper. And you guys, it actually is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful for like a little glow. Like, it swatches so beautifully. Again, I reviewed these on my channel. I tried to use this as a bronzer. It did not work, but this shade works well for me as a highlighter, so I didn't like lose my money in it. But I do want to get the Flash palette, and this is the Flare. But the packaging is beautiful. It was a win. Everybody's in love. It's all 3 formulas are beautiful, and I can use all 3 formulas on my face. I'm not using it today, but I can use all 3 formulas on my face and create a beautiful glow. And you can, like, they're buildable, everything. I love it. I love this collection. She did come back and she won with this, so I'm excited to see everything else that Jacqueline Cosmetics comes out with. This was very exciting. This is something I do still reach for. I know it hasn't been out long, but it is something that I still reach for. I want more of. I want different colors. Like, it's very intriguing to me still. It's not something that I bought because, oh my god, Jacqueline released products again, or the Queen of Highlight, which I think she totally is. The Queen of Highlight released highlights. Like, I need it all. It wasn't just an emotional impulse buy. It's something that I was intrigued by. I was wanting it very badly, but even now that I have it, I still want more. I want more colors. I love the formula. I reach for it often. So that launch was a win. So that is not the only releases. That is not the only big things that happened with makeup releases and YouTubers in 2019, but those were the things that emotionally or just mentally excited me the most or disappointed me the most with those type of releases, or that my opinion might have changed just a little bit on. So that is it for today's video. I will link all those YouTubers' channels down below. So all the YouTubers that I mentioned, their channels will be linked down below. If you're just curious to see, if you don't know those people, if you'd like to look into them and just see about what they're about and kind of put faces with their collections. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys.